Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Saeed Sean, and today we'll be talking about YouTubers, again this time the evil YouTubers iceberg. It features rapists, sadists, murderers, killers, people who are just silly, lol cows, and not so popular YouTubers. So I know it's a long one. I'll try my best to fit in many people, and yeah, I also included some of these evil YouTubers in my thumbnail that I'll be posting on my YouTube channel, aka this video right here. Hope you guys enjoy the video that I'll be posting, and yeah, let's check in the iceberg first of all. So here it says Camilla Araujo, who's controversial for her behavior. Then there's Tony 4219, who killed Asia Mcgowan. And then there's Nestle, who of course has done some evil things. Let's get right into the video right now. Camilla Araujo was born in Brazil, and she first entered the mainstream in 2015, and she released one Brazilian movie, although it hasn't gained any popularity. And years later she would appear on a Mr. Beast video, in a new video showing her appearing in a Squid Game show. This caused her to gain thousands of followers, and eventually she would open up her well-known OnlyFans account, and she was used this fame to do some OnlyFans stunts, interview her family, and do some pornographic and sexual stuff, as well as gain more accounts like TikTok, Instagram, all those social media stuff and that. And it was during this time where she gained controversy, not only for being an OnlyFans model, but also for abusing her brother. Well, she would also join the Bop House, who I will cover on my evil YouTubers iceberg today. And yep, I'm gonna tell you why she is bad. But let's look into her videos.
Okay, so it's been a couple years. Am I still that bad of a sister?
No, you're not that bad of a sister. It's just that the actions you do are bad. I applied for every college,
Okay.
even the ones,
Okay.
and yet I still can't get into anyone for undisclosed reasons, and I'm pretty sure that reason is you.
Or you're just not studying hard enough and you're not getting in because you're not qualified. That has nothing to do with me. You love to play victim and you love to do this. You love to do this. But you're the first to ask me for anything.
Every college.
Sounds like you're just
Oh yeah, it's also worth mentioning that, aside from those controversies, she also apparently was the girlfriend of Jack Doherty, although their relationship didn't last. She was infamously exposed by Pat God for being a disgusting hypocrite. Camilla has no remorse for her actions and continues to be on the platform till this day. And aside from all of that, she and Sophie Rain had beef. Well, despite Sophie Rain being the main culprit, it's also worth noting that Camilla is also the culprit. She'll never be remembered as an OnlyFans model. She'll be remembered as the disgusting hypocrite who abused her brother for views. The Bop House. Don't need an introduction to them. Everybody knows about them, just like Christine Weston Chandler. But I'll give some details about them to you. The Bop House is a content creator house created in the early, well, let's just say mid 2020s. So its main members are, are Sophie Rain, Camilla Araujo, who was in my previous entry, Aisha, who we'll be talking about, and I honestly don't care about the other members, and I don't care about Sophie, Aisha, neither Camila, because they're all disgusting, just like Tony48219, Randy Stair. But let's get in with the facts. The Bop House wasn't only the content creator house. So there was the aforementioned Logan Paul house, and there was also a TikTok house space for TikTokers. It's mainly James Charles and other ones. So now, let's talk about them. The Bop House, they mainly do content about dancing, sexual content, and just straight up content in the swimming pool and other stuff that I don't want to mention really. But we aren't here to talk about how successful they are. We are about to talk about the controversy surrounding them between Aisha and one other Asian member who was harassed. In early 2020s, Aisha Sophie had been involved with a fight with an Asian member called Joy May. The situation escalated to the point that Joy May said that she can't take it anymore, and she also criticized the Bop House's failure because of them hiring Piper O'Connell, despite her only being 17 years old at the time. This was a huge blow to the Bop House, as everybody around the world was watching their disgusting, heinous acts around the world. The final controversy we'll talk about them is between Sophie Rain and Camilla Araujo. In 2024, Sophie Rain scratched a car in anger against Camilla Araujo. Camilla responded by calling the police, and Sophie fled to the Philippines. And the Bop House was more or less exposed. So they have no remorse for their actions and they're promoting their disgusting content towards minors. They ain't role models, they're dickheads. Kamala is an American YouTuber with many subscribers. Well, as many people know him, we'll know why he's on this list. Basically, he clickbaits Mr. Beast, and he does it on many other celebrity and just does it and has no remorse for his actions. All I can just say about him is just that he's an idiot. That's what he is. It's Owen is a British YouTuber who made everybody impressed when he won a YouTube play button with his content. But unfortunately though, that content was horrible. He began to release videos about Mr. Beast and Technoblade, most of which were very insensitive and were considered disrespectful, and it caused a huge backlash from the YouTube community since Technoblade was beloved. Mr. Beast also beloved, but later on we would find out that Mr. Beast was also an idiot. But we're talking about It's Owen here. After getting exposed, his channel was demonetized. He went on new channels in order to clickbait people such as Obo and Lordsy and many other stuff. But people now know him for the infamous stuff he did, and he'll forever be known as a scumbag who hurt the YouTube community. despite Mr. Beast being a bad person. But Owen is still a scumbag. And scumbag he is. But is not evil compared to the other YouTubers that I'll be talking about right now. Jason Matthew Efia is a Canadian former YouTuber and is a former Costco worker. His first controversy came in when he keyed a woman's car without her permission. He harassed everybody and also he did not come in contact with his mother. But it was on YouTube where Jason Matthew Efia would get into serious trouble. He began to release 3 AM videos which were controversial but nonetheless successful. In 2020, he apparently received a call from Alexia's parents that Alexia had been killed, and he made a Ouija board during her fake death. However, it was revealed that Alexia was alive and well, and even some YouTubers had gotten into contact with the Canadian police to get rid of Jason Matthew Efia, including some ordinary gamers. Alexia uploaded a video onto her channel saying that she was actually alive, and she exposed Jason in one video. This caused Jason to receive a lot of hate and backlash, and he was more or less exposed. But however, he and Alexia would create a channel after reconciling with each other. apparently now he's he's no longer on the internet, although posted on Twitter, but it's unknown where he is now. But there is one thing I need to tell you guys, is that he did create a gaming channel called 666, although it has been terminated. And apparently I found out that J-Station does have a YouTube channel in 2025, but I'm not too sure. It seems highly unlikely that this is ever true. Daniel Larson is a former TikTok star and YouTuber. His early life was tumultuous, with him claiming that his mother abused him from an early age. This caused him to get raised in caretaking centers. One of the caretakers, named Jonas, was so pissed off with him that Jonas threw him away. And that's when Bob comes into play. Bob cared and nurtured for him. But it was also his grandma who cared for him right up until her death in the early 2020s, where he would spiral out of control without her guidance. It was during this time he also loved YouTube, posting millions of videos and his outbursts. One of his outbursts included when he was at a meet and greet, and then he just was in a bus, and then he got lost in his way finding his caretaking home, and that's where he would get heckled. But those controversies pale into what he's well known for. He's well known for his outbursts and that time when he praised EDP 445. Yes, EDP 445. The guy Daniel Lawson praised. This is more than just the local, it's the extremes against just being good. I'm not saying that local is good, it's just that. Anyways, Daniel Lawson has no remorse in supporting EDP 445 and is rightly in a correctional centre where he belongs. Ah yes, everybody hates Chris Pantomime. We all know Chris Chan from the Gino Samuel documentary. No introduction to Chris Chan. Chris Chan, born Christopher Weston Chandler and now Christine Weston Chandler, exploded on the internet after posting their Solitude stuff. Their presence in the media goes further when they won at a GameStop, at a news story covering Chris Chan winning $1 million at the store. This caused Chris to gain huge popularity, and Chris appeared again when he was featured at a Pokemon shop. When the Pokemon craze spread, he first uploaded onto YouTube when he said he wanted to have a girlfriend, and since then he's been mostly uploading on his bedroom and yeah, just uploading on his bedroom. But we are here to talk about his controversies. the first controversy about Chris Chan came in the early 2010s when they pepper sprayed the manager of the clerk store or whatever shop it is because Chris was apparently angry that Sonichu was covered in Sonic the Hedgehog was covered in yellow rather than blue. Sonic was covered in blue rather than yellow, and Chris Chan liked Sonic in yellow and not blue. It's also worth mentioning that Chris has been followed by trolls such as Kai Clash and a Chris Chan ripoff of Chris Chan himself. But the main controversy came in. But first let's talk about his father. His father died in 2011, and after this time, Chris became LGBTQ, and it was during this time when they did some obscene acts with their elderly, dementia, I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm of, Barbara's condition, but Barbara had been suffering from mental health issues, and Chris Chan took advantage of this, and they have no remorse for their actions. Chris Chan has been arrested after that revelation, and Ethan Rouse had talked to him on the live stream when Ethan Rouse caught Chris Chan on camera being arrested. However, Chris Chan has been released until this day. They are posting. Chris Chan may have been one of the well-known internet personalities on forums such as Kiwi Farms and 4chan, but it was those forums that caught him into trouble, and viewers watching Chris Chan had also caught Chris Chan in the act as well. And Chris Chan has a YouTube play button as well. But that doesn't matter. All that matters is that Chris Chan needs to be brought to justice before it's too late. On to the next YouTuber. Iwu Cute Single is a YouTuber who docks people and has no remorse on what she had done in doxing these people, and is rightfully exposed by the Pat God. Bella the Wolf is a gotcha YouTuber who's well known for mocking religious figures such as Jesus and Allah, just like Meowbar. And her other controversies included her mocking a soldier's dog, which caused a lot of controversy due to her rude behavior, and because people love soldiers because soldiers defend the people's country, and the people got outraged when Bella the Wolf attacked their defenders, aka the people's defenders. Well, not her defenders, because she literally mocked the soldiers. But anyways, let's get straight to the point. She got exposed by Pat God, just like many other YouTubers I covered in this list so far. Well, not all of them, but some of them, And has no remorse and even attacks YouTubers such as Steak in order to gain fame. Oh yeah, also, she recently went to prison, but has been released, and she apologized, well, infamously apologized and redeemed herself, and even wanted to make peace with Pat God and Steak after apologizing, and has moved on ever since. Nialba is an Australian PNG YouTuber who trolls and is similar to Jellybean, but in a much, much worse way. In the early and mid 2020s, she mocked Jesus, Allah, and Muhammad, and Jellybean also got hated because of the content, but Jellybean is just a good YouTuber compared to Meowbar, because Meowbar sucks. Nicholas Stausenberger, also known as Nick Bates, is a unpopular YouTuber, and as you can see, his teeth look very, very disgusting, and he is also a disgusting person in real life as well. In 2015, Nick was arrested after it had been revealed that he abused his sister, and he is currently in prison, where he rots till this very day. Troll Station is a YouTube prankster group founded by Chinese British man DigiDan. Its other members included Gomez, Jarvis, and there were many more members. Their main content revolved around pranking, such as dressing up as police officers, hacking, going into McDonald's, etc. But we're here to talk about their controversy. Their first controversy was around the painting, them stealing the painting, in which they stole the painting in the Tate Art Gallery Museum. But that controversy pales in comparison to what they're well known for. In 2014, they raided a White Hart Lane match in the UEFA EuroLeague tournament, and they disrupted everybody there, showing no remorse for what they had done, bypassing the police and ruining people's fun time. As of 2025, they post a series called Vanessa the Vanessa, although Jarvis has since left and created his own YouTube channel, which has been successful. Alinity Divine is a Twitch streamer and a YouTuber who does and covers gameplays. So her first controversy was when she beefed PewDiePie. So her other controversy was when she abused her cat, and she has no remorse for what she done to the cat, and still posts till this day. Neon Singh is a Pakistani Indian American YouTuber who's also an internet personality on Kick and does many live streams similar to Jack Doherty. But he is a controversial YouTuber as well as a Twitch streamer. The first revelations surrounding him was when he doxed people. He also faked his death multiple times, causing huge amount of controversy. He had no remorse for his actions and still streams on Kick and YouTube till this day. Jack Doherty was born in the early 1990s and was born in New York, and he had Irish and Polish descent and was a Kick streamer who done stunts and performances, and was also the infamous YouTuber doing pranks as well, and was similar to Neon and the Island Boy. Jack Doherty's controversy comes from crashing a Lamborghini, and also his girlfriend McKinley Richardson criticised him, calling him a sexual abuser and stuff. Jack Doherty has no remorse for his actions, and his career is now virtually non-existent. People will remember him as a disgusting scumbag. Matteo Di Petrio is the founder of Borderline, and Borderline is a YouTube channel that is a Mr. Beast copycat, and they got involved in a car crash, killing one child. They have no remorse for their actions, and their channel's been gone, although one member has created their own new channel till this day. Adam Britton is a British zoologist who mostly operates on how the crocodiles live in basically in the wildlife. His controversy stems from his zoosadist, paedophilic actions towards animals. But before we talk about that, let's talk about the walking of Big Al, which he's well known for. In the Ballad of Big Al, he has this cage where he abuses his people's pets, which he doesn't show on his YouTube channel. He has no remorse for what he has done and is rightfully condemned by everybody. On to the next YouTuber. Leighton the Fute is a Canadian animator who first appeared on other social media sites before being prominent on YouTube. He posted clay animation stuff in his social media stuffs before he would eventually post them on YouTube, but as his entry is on here, we all know why he's well known for. He would post videos about Itchy the Clown on YouTube, and there were many other animators that were controversial, such as the animator who wanted to make an obscene act with a corgi because the foxes were being killed in the UK. And yeah, Dolly Flesh is well remembered for because he wrote the comment pin stab, drowned, murdered, and he did exactly that, killing the hamsters he showed in his previous video in his Dolly Flesh YouTube channel, and this caused Leighton to be arrested. He's since been released, and the video of him killing the hamsters has been since taken down and is nowhere to be seen. And there have been many other rip-off channels that he may have made, but it's not been confirmed. He's shown no remorse for his actions, and many people call him a telephone, and rightly so.
Sure. Well, I was actually coming out here to pick up a cupcake and then go back home. There was, nothing that was going to be sexual involved because I'm not like that. Well, obviously the text messages and stuff like that, you know what I mean? So yeah, that was all that was.
Brian Cohenson, also known as Eat That Pussy 445, is an American YouTuber who would do rants, cooking, and many other types of activities on his YouTube channel. He's controversial for the Super Mario Logan drama and the Prescott drama, and also for sexually abusing a child and gonna use the cupcake as an excuse. He has no remorse for his actions, and currently he now has a YouTube channel and has been in prison, but has always been tossed around. But in 2024 he came back as of today, and yeah. And he recently got exposed by the legendary Gideon as well. On to the next YouTuber.
Fuck yeah, the guy is dead. Lee Kuan Yew was a horrible person. Because everyone is scared. Everyone is afraid that if they say something like that, they might get into trouble. Which, give Lee Kuan Yew credit, that was primarily the impact of his legacy. So, if Lee Hsien Loong wishes to sue me, I will oblige to dance with him. Come at me, motherfucker. Lee Kuan Yew, contrary to popular belief, was a horrible person and an awful books. Most of his books look at how self-indulgence in class to his dreams. hidden because most people were afraid of criticizing him in fear of being found guilty by the judicial system that he controls. So everything that people hear is about how great Lee Kuan Yew is. Of course he is able to deceive people into voting for him. Despite our voting rights, he is undoubtedly totalitarian. Now, seeing what Lee Kuan Yew has done, I'm sure many individuals who have done similar things comes to mind, but I'm going to compare him to someone that people haven't really mentioned before. Jesus. And the aptness of that analogy is heightened, seeing how Christians seems to be a really big fan of him. They are both power-hungry and malicious, but deceive others into thinking that they are compassionate and kind. Their impact and legacy will ultimately not last as more and more people find out that they're full of bull. And Lee Kuan Yew's followers are completely delusional and ignorant, and have absolutely no sound logic or knowledge about him that is grounded in reality, which Lee Kuan Yew very easily manipulates, similar to the Christian knowledge of the Bible and the work of a multitude of priests. On the surface, he seemed quite successful. He turned Singapore from a small seaport into a bustling metropolis, rife with skyscrapers and its own casino. World leaders seemed to like him, most notably Margaret Thatcher, and many foreigners and millionaires wished to invest in Singapore. But you look deeper, and you find out what the true nature of Lee Kuan Yew's Singapore is. I'm sure most of your parents have told you how luxurious Singapore is, and how if you go to another country it would be much harder and much more expensive. But all you have to do is do a Google search, look at our country's statistics, and you will find out how fucking delusional and ignorant and stupid your parents are. Most people in Singapore are struggling to make ends meet, and it is reported that Singaporeans work the longest hours in the world. We are one of the richest countries in the world, but we have one of the highest income inequalities, highest poverty rates, and our government spends one of the lowest on healthcare and social security. The money spent on the public is so low, it's more representative of a third world country. And yet the amount of taxes is one of the highest in first world countries. And political leaders in Singapore earns more than quadruple the amount earned by political leaders in the United States. They are acquiring so much money. Why aren't they spending it on the people? What are they actually spending it on? One time an SDP member told me that once they got into power, they are going to take the key and open every cupboard and search out all the information on the government spending to find out what those motherfuckers have been doing with all that money. And whenever somebody wonders online if the government is pocketing the money for themselves, they get sued. Quite suspicious, isn't it? And how Lee Kuan Yew deemed what he considered as success was solely predicated upon measurable, concrete results. A rich country, the love of major powers.
Amos Yiping Sang was born in 1998 to a middle class family. He gained success for his movie called Jan, which won him an award and caused a national attention span on his bright career. And he also joined Jack Neo's film, in which he plays a character called Amos. This caused him to gain a lot of popularity over the decade. But however, as his career was flourishing, he was also getting involved into controversy himself. In 2015, he made a post criticizing the recently deceased Prime Minister of Singapore, Lee Kuan Yew. And he criticized Lee Kuan Yew because of his corrupt wrongdoings and stuff. And yeah. Oh yeah, while he was arrested for abusing Christians and hurting Muslims' feelings, he was met by Melissa Chen, a US-based Singaporean rights activist who wanted to help get him free, and he got deported to the US. When he got to the US, things were not looking bright for him. as he would support pro-pedophilia in his channel, and he continued his channel in the USA. And he was also expected to give a Harvard speech at some point, but however he got arrested for the pro-pedophilia speeches, and the US police wanted to deport him back to Singapore if they make that decision. However, they didn't choose to make that decision, and Amos Yee would find himself into more trouble. It was reported that he had been sexually abusing a girl in 2020, and has since been arrested and been released and arrested again. And he made that blog post. He also said he didn't want to get a job and has no remorse for his actions. And after releasing that WordPress blog, while abusing and hurting people and making pro-pedophilic comments on his WordPress blog, he got re-arrested. This shows that he has no remorse for his actions and is willing to do whatever he wants in order to hurt and manipulate and hurt people. And nobody wants to support a man like that ever again. Since everybody hasn't covered about Lily Orchard, and since the viewers wanted one YouTuber to cover Lily Orchard, I'll be that YouTuber to cover Lily Orchard. Lily Orchard, also known as Blasphorm, is a YouTuber well known for working her work around My Little Pony, and did work such as Shiptress and Hypocritical. But her main controversy is surrounding her criticizing another YouTuber called Anthony, and has no remorse for her actions. She is very, very much a complete idiot for accusing Anthony. Anthony Powell was a YouTuber who attended Henry Ford Community College. His full name was Anthony Tony Powell, and he had a relatively good life as a child, and he graduated from high school, which caused him to go to Henry Ford Community College at an early age. However, during this time, he also began to suffer from mental health issues during that particular time. And he shot Asia Mcgowan before turning the gun on himself. And many people such as Venom Fan X have condoned the incident, and rightfully so.
Hi there everyone out there on YouTube. This video is concerning Tony48219. He was a user who has recently committed suicide after murdering a young woman. This is a tragedy and nothing but a tragedy. This is horrific, and if the families of either parties is watching this in whatever event, I want to express both my sympathy for what has happened, as well as a few words of comfort. God loves you, and God loved Tony, and God loved the young lady who was killed. And this is, we all wonder why do bad things happen, and we sometimes shake our fists at God and blame Him. The fact is, we are responsible for the choices that we make, and Tony made a very erroneous and a wrong choice. And I didn't know Tony. Apparently he was someone who had watched some of my videos, and I'd only found out who Tony was a day ago when I had heard this controversy and that my name had been brought up. Had I the ability to speak to Tony today, or if I was able to speak to him before he had done this, I most certainly would have told him that suicide and murder is not the answer. And as a Bible-believing Christian, I believe that we should not murder. Killing is indeed wrong. Was Tony a Christian? Some people said that he was a supporter of my videos and that he supported Christian theology, although watching some of his videos now that he's been brought to my attention, I cannot see, and again, I'm not the judge of this man's heart and soul, but again, from, the amount of vulgarity that he used, he was obviously a very angry person. He didn't seem to want to follow what Jesus said, which is, let no profane communication proceed from your mouth, and it's not what goes into your mouth, but what comes out of your mouth that makes you unclean. He obviously disregarded that, and by murdering someone, Jesus, he obviously disregarded what Jesus said concerning murdering people. Jesus said, put down the sword, do not kill. I don't think it could be more clear. So Tony was not following Jesus Christ. He may claim to be a Christian, but I could claim to be a vegetarian, but I'm sitting down at McDonald's having a Happy Meal. So it's really not what someone claims, it's what they do. Tony exhibited, and his parents, and again, if they're watching this is not in any way meant to slander Tony. I'm simply being honest and defending myself, because a lot of people have been saying that as a Christian, and obviously someone who seems to have in some way influenced Tony's thinking, to blame Christianity or to blame me for what Tony has done, and that is simply not, you can't do that.
Adam Lanza is a YouTuber who hasn't had that much success on YouTube and has two channels, Cultural Philistine and Fuck Comments, where he would beef with other commentators through fuck comments. He killed 26 people before turning the gun on himself and has no remorse for his action. Elliot Oliver Robertson Roger was born in the UK, but with his family wanting to move to the USA, he moved to the USA instantly. He's the son of second unit Hunger Games director Peter Roger, and is the grandson of photographer journalist George Roger. Elliot had suffered from an early age with mental health issues, and it was during this time that he began to release YouTube videos about his anger and where he would kill people before turning the gun on himself, and he had no remorse for what he'd done, and is a disgusting human being in general as well.
Well, hi everybody, it's Mr. Anime here, and I'm recording on my MacBook's web camera, and my MacBook's from like 4 years ago, so the web camera's not that great, so you'll have to bear with me. This is just an update video to let you guys know that I'm going to reward myself with probably a 2 or 3 week break coming up here from YouTube videos, anime reviews in particular. I might do some blog stuff. I want to thank you guys a lot for sticking with me and watching the channel. I got more subscribers than ever. I have more views than ever, and everything is going really good. So I'll probably be putting out some blog videos, like I said, and I hope you enjoy those blog videos. I hope you definitely enjoy those. And the Google AdSense thing has been going great, and I really appreciate you guys clicking on my page. Well, I won't say it, but you guys know what to do. And I'll see you with some blog videos. Thanks for watching my channel.
Mr. Anime first created a YouTube channel called LensCat Productions, which was based around comedy sketches with his friends. Soon it would turn violent, showcasing guns and weapons, and later on he moved on to anime videos, which would become the debut of his personality Mr. Anime on YouTube, which has been successful, but not as successful as Gigak, which has become one of the biggest anime YouTube channels online. On 2012 he killed his parents before entering Walla High School, but was unsuccessful. And he said, "Why did I do this? I love my mum, brother and sister. I wish I didn't kill them." As of today, he is still rotting in prison where he belongs, but at least has some remorse.
Together. As I look to the room, I see Jake, Mike, Herman, and Compton. It just seemed like yesterday that I was on the campaign trail and you were analyzing my speeches and my policies. And I see a lot of faces that travel with me around the world and to places like Afghanistan and Iraq and Africa. I see some new faces.
We all know about George W. Bush and what he done, and he's also well known as the 46th or whatever president of the United States for about 8 years or so. Was born in 1946, lost his sister at an early age. His father also became president of the USA. But the reason why George W. Bush is on this list is because he has a YouTube channel, but while he has it, he has done some bad stuff. And my videos about the evil YouTubers iceberg, and he counts as one since he's done some bad stuff, and he has his own YouTube channel called the George W. Bush Center. In 2001, he bombed Iraq, Syria, Afghanistan, and done many other bad stuff in countries, and also caused the Great Recession between 2008 and 2009. More than 1 million Iraqis and Syrians passed away because of his sick, depraved games in the Middle East, based on the American military's actions. And many Kurds and Assyrians have also died because of his policies. And as you can see in his speech, he's also joking about them, and is even joking about Africa, and also may have done some bad stuff in Africa as well. And also made the American people, well, his own people, poor during 2008 and 2009, which paved the way for his most popular successor, Barack Obama, to take stage. He's since been living in comfort and luxury after his retirement from the US presidency, and has been relaxing ever since. And his YouTube channel hasn't been demonetized because people just see him as yet another normal president. Richard Nixon has been controversial for the Watergate scandal. Donald Trump has been controversial for the 2021 USA Capitol attacks. And Warren B. Harding has been infamous for corrupting the American nation for his evil wrongdoings. And Herbert Hoover has been unpopular because of the Great Depression of 1933, which made America one of the most poorest countries in the world. But none of these are bad in comparison to George W. Bush's disgusting actions. And he is still alive and has no remorse for his actions till this day. And is not evil compared to the other YouTubers I'll be talking about that are way worse than him. But he is, of course, very pure evil.
leave everyone the fucking alone. It's running.
You're hurting him. Look at what you're doing.
He is hurting us.
You're hurting him.
Go upstairs.
If you touch me,
I swear I'll call the cops on you.
God will retribute me. I promise you.
I'll get you away from
Please
that.
stop! Oh my God, Sandra! Maya, get your phone!
I am.
Get your phone, Maya! Get your phone! Come down here! Get your phone! Get the fuck away from my mother, bitch! Get your phone! Get your phone! Look at what he's doing! Look at what he's doing! Hold your phone up! Get the faces! Stop, Miss Cheryl, please!
I tried to get you out of my
Put your hands on my grandma.
He hasn't touched them at all!
Let me go.
He hasn't touched them at all,
Put
please!
your hands on my grandma
Hold your
again.
phone on their faces!
I am.
On their faces! Miss Cheryl, stop! Please stop!
Jessica.
Please stop!
Hey, hey, like I said, you were supposed to be upstairs. This wouldn't have fucking happened if you were upstairs.
Listen, Xander.
Get your ass upstairs.
You are-
Shut the fuck up.
you
I'm not
are-
talking to you either.
You are talking right
I don't care. I don't care. Go.
You
You need to get out of this house.
Xander,
You need to get out of this house.
Out of
You want me to call the cops and get you out of this house? I will get you out of this house.
Stop pushing on me.
Call the police. No, call.
No,
Mom. No.
Hey, if y'all aren't wanted here and this is our house, it don't matter what the fuck I did. Y'all gotta
Keep
get out.
recording. Are you recording? Make sure you get their faces. Get their faces. Look at what she's doing. Cheryl Plott. This is Cheryl Plott. She and her son Xander Plott just hit him and knocked him on the ground. Please look at them. Look at them. Look at what she's doing to him. Look at what she's doing.
But you didn't let me go. And that wouldn't happen. No,
Cheryl, you need to stop. Because we're going to upload this to YouTube and you need to stop.
Keep your hands to yourself.
You need to keep your hands to yourself, you psycho person. Hit me. Hit me. Make sure you hit me. You are a psycho. You are absolutely out of your mind. And so
No,
is
she's
Sandra.
not.
Yes, she is.
No, she's not.
Here.
No, she's not.
Is this your phone? This is your phone. I'm scared, Maya. I don't know what your problem is, but you have something wrong with you.
You married
I'm
me.
scared, Mom. I'm scared. It's fine. This is supposed to happen. This is supposed to happen. This is supposed to happen. Make sure you get her
There
face.
wasn't anything.
Get her face. Cheryl Plott.
You had
This
no
is
agenda.
Cheryl C-H-E-R-Y.
No.
Yes.
No.
I'm scared. Go up. I'm scared.
Jessica Walsham was a struggling mother and mystical healer and a YouTuber who recently divorced her husband Sean. Following this, she would create a YouTube channel. She would go in and out of homes. It's because she claimed that she was abused, but in reality, she was being rude to the homeowners herself. In November 5th, 2021, it's a fact that we'll soon come to know. In that day, Jessica was filming herself abusing the homeowners, and apparently one of the homeowners accidentally hit another homeowner, which caused a minor fight. But Jessica Walsham escalated it. This caused one of the relatives to angrily shout at her, and rightfully so. But as the police were coming in to rescue the homeowner because of his injuries, Jessica pulled fire, killing one officer before turning the gun on herself, and her children could be seen screaming throughout the altercation. Jessica Walsham has no remorse for her actions and couldn't even get a job to afford her and her children a own house, and she'll forever be known as the cold-blooded killer who killed a police officer. And as for her kids, they uploaded the video onto YouTube before it was taken down, and now they're currently in a home, now feeling safe. Yanis Parakakis ran a channel called Yanis Parakakis 1, full of playing with wild animals videos, playing with his friends videos, and more specifically, Qigong videos. In 2019, Suzanne Eaton was missing in the bunker where Yanis Parakakis was visiting, and Suzanne Eaton was instantly killed by him through a car. Many other women claimed that he had also been abusive towards them. He'd been a father of 2 as well, and he had been a priest's son as well, apparently. And Yanis has no remorse for his actions and is currently in prison where he belongs till this day. Randy Stair, also known as Andrew Blaze or Pioneers Production. Oh yeah, he's infamous for being the waste market killer, killing 3 people before turning the gun on himself. Nasser Hussein Daily had a relatively forward straight life, living in Israel, and is an Israeli Kittian Saint Nevian YouTuber. His controversy stems from losing his girlfriend because of some incident, claiming to be in the East Jerusalem hospital, claiming to be a Muslim, and also corrupted one old woman and has no remorse for his actions. For decades, Bayer Group has always existed. Their controversy comes in killing Jewish people, as they were German and has no remorse for their actions.
Chocolate is scrumptious when it crunches. That's why I love Nestle Crunch. Chocolate is scrumptious when it crunches. That's why I love Nestle Crunch.
The blend of Nestle's creamy milk chocolate with crunchies tastes just as good as it sounds.
Chocolate is scrumptious when it crunches. That's why I love Nestle Crunch.
Decades, Nestle has become one of the well-known companies and YouTube channels founded by the Page brothers. They soon quickly gained popularity and were founded in Switzerland. Their controversy stems from them stealing the mother's milk, killing Pakistani people, and killing African people, and have no remorse for their actions, and are a disgusting, hypocritical company. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe to my channel, and see you next time when I next release a postal video on my YouTube channel. Goodbye, guys.